All right, so now besides art installations and the other things Vegas is known for, all of the big conferences are held there, just like HR Tech. And HR Tech showcases, it is the big show for HR technology every year. It showcases the breakthrough technologies and really the innovations that drive the future of HR and work, and how basically how people are thinking about managing talent. And that is what Todd, Talent on Demand, is all about.
Yes, you know, AJ, we have some additional footage from HR Tech that we'd love to share with the team today.
Let's do it.
Why don't we take that away? Yeah.
Okay.
Here we are, day one, HR Tech, bringing people in.
I love the red carpet.
As you can see, the conference was absolutely massive.
Yeah, we had lots of folks come visit us.
We did. We're, you know, you can see it always selling.
Oh, check out those orange shoes.
Sign a couple books in between putts.
I did.
There's the
Seems like yesterday.
And the Mandalay.
This is Todd. I'm here with Todd Pro at HR Tech, which is a trade show for HR professionals where they're looking for different solutions and processes that they can streamline with their HR technology. There's a ton of different exhibitors here. Lots of people specializing in different things such as talent management, keeping workforces engaged, making things simpler like payroll and benefits. And Todd Pro is here to contribute and potentially offer some great solutions to different customers.
Well said by Blake.
Yep, lots of swag. Put in the book.
Look at that beautiful sign.
Mm-hmm. And the pens.
Yep. And Todd Pro V1s.
They were popular.
There's some of our partners from Zeal. And of course, you know, we were running a survey with the Drucker School at this event as well.
Hi, welcome to HR Tech in Las Vegas. Let's see what's going on here. Look at those shoes. There's a dog.
There were a lot of animals at the show.
Here.
Silk screen t-shirts, custom.
We might be bringing that in next year.
It's for you, Dylan. Okay, I smell some popcorn. I'm getting a little.
Hey, Frank, isn't that one of your college buddies?
Unfortunately, it was.
So it looks like there's a pitch fest going on. Let's go see what some of these companies are up to.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, what a day. What a session. A huge thank you and round of applause. A huge thank you to Ronstadt as well for their generous gift.
The pitch theater had a lot of cool things going on in it throughout the course of the week.
A reminder
Yeah, for sure.
for anyone, we're actually getting the results back now, so don't.
It looks like we missed it. They're at the end.
Indeed.
More animals.
And
Donuts.
Yeah, see Nicole's big smile.
Lisa and Blake.
With a lot of demos. Yep, we definitely did a lot of demos.
Chuck, didn't you do a podcast?
I did, yeah. This is the interview right there.
Wow.
It's all about Todd.
All right, hey, so HR Tech 2022, incredible show, right?
Yeah.
Lots of flow through our booth today.
It sure was. You know, I was really taken by the conversation we had with Accenture.
Yes.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was
And then
interesting.
We had Allbirds.
Allbirds came by the shoe store.
Shoe guys.
Yeah.
They just IPO'd. They're interested in unwinding their IT spaghetti.
What they called it, what? IT spaghetti? Wow.
You know, a bunch of disparate systems all connected through spreadsheets.
Well, we know that story.
We do.
SMA used to be like that, I think, at one point.
Yeah, exactly right.
Before Todd.
Before Todd.
Yeah.
Before Todd. We've had a good flow through the booth. You know, we've got a lot going on here with golf and with books and with those little stuffed animals.
Yeah, everything's very popular, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. People
Yeah,
are
it
just
is.
coming by just to check us out.
Yeah. And man, you know, I've gotten a lot of compliments on the open architecture. You know, some people just came, sat down, and hung out for a little while. But you know, they get to know us that way, right?
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So I'm really pleased with the interest of folks coming by, and we'll see how the rest of the show goes.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of vendors here. I mean, it's a little bigger than last year.
Yeah, that's good.
You could certainly hear the energy in buzzing around the show as we were talking. There's the team.
Yeah, great team.
Yeah.
I'm
You
there.
see AJ above the H there.
AJ Kilroy at the end there.
Look at the time lapse. You can see how many people came through our booth in a given hour. It was really something.
The videos were great, weren't they?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Kudos to that production team.
Well, yeah, and that was fun. You know, we also introduced the 5th book of our series at HR Tech, Reinventing the Professional Services Firm. And that book was written by our very own Ajay Patel. And Ajay, it's a phenomenal book. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, thank you, Jacques. Now, the book's really about the story of our transformation over the past 5 years, and it was really prompted by the Drucker School's interest in how we've moved SMA forward into really a new model for professional services. The book really describes our journey towards providing greater transparency and responsiveness to you and also our clients, and to actually put in more concrete ways into practice the principles of meritocracy. Let's show. I think we have a quick flipbook version of the video. The flipbook version of the video. Of the book. Let's go ahead and show that.
We sure do.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a long book. It's an easy read.
It is, but it's actually very compelling.
Yeah, and really super kudos to our production team and editors that helped put this together. We did it in record time in less than 2 months.
Yep, and I mean, this was a heavy lift, and it's that team is amazing. I got to say,
the foreword was actually written by the Peter F. Drucker Chair at Claremont University. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Dick. Where folks can get to the book, and it's going to be on Amazon too. I think once we can get the inventory built up there.
Yep, as the other 4 books are as well.
Yeah, beautiful graphics.
I love the artwork in here. You know, the imagery is, you know, does what it should do, tells the story.
Yeah. It's designed as an easy read.
Yep. Yep. And it's really about it. It's about the journey that we took at SMA with Todd.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. That's our project segmentation.
Yep. Well, that seems like eons ago, AJ, but
it does, but we've used
helpful.
it so effectively. It's helped us so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think we show a handful of screenshots. Here we go. Yep. We actually designed and wrote the book using the SMA's proposal process, believe it or not.
We did. And we did something different with this book too, as we used InDesign from the beginning.
We did, yeah. So we worked it through all the kinks of that workflow. I think we're actually we know how to write our next set of books, which are actually in development.
Yeah, absolutely. That's correct.
Yeah.
So, you know, the book was a great way to introduce Todd at the show. And the book, you know, as I said earlier, was very exciting because it explains key decisions we made and how these decisions guided the development of Todd. You know, we think of Todd as the operating system for SMA, and just like Windows is the operating system for your computer, or iOS or Android is the operating system for your phone.
That's right, Jacques. Now, one of the most important decisions we made was that we needed one common data model for people, projects, and clients. We discovered that before Todd, SMA, like almost every other firm, had different systems managing these 3 aspects, really making it difficult to get the ground truth and to truly enable the operations staff of the firm to run the business as one integrated set of activities. Now, you might remember, Jacques, that before we actually started designing Todd, we want to first examine the data. So we looked at 10 years of data in our systems. I think we spent 3 hours every night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, maybe over 3 months, just pouring through the data in our business systems. It was quite an effort by a group of us. And we could quickly concluded that the data simply couldn't be trusted, believe it or not. And whether it was about how we named projects or named clients, or even how we tracked hours against specific projects, it really was spaghetti, right? And that developing developing corporate experience and profiles on our people's experience became very difficult and time consuming for precisely that reason.
Yeah, I think we had worked for like 12 different companies that had Boeing somewhere in their name.
we did. Yeah.
So we started, as you said, by understanding the data and defining what insights we really needed it to generate. And this informed how we structured the data, enabling us to provide access to the information that creates a level of transparency that other professional services really can't provide their employees. Another important decision we made was to make all of our opportunities available to our associates. We didn't see any positive outcome from the level of secrecy that we had prior to Todd. And interestingly, we are the only firm to provide that level of transparency. All other consulting firms are very secretive about opportunities. And we decided that it was important for us to share with all of our people what opportunities are coming up, and give every associate the opportunity to raise their hand and say, I'd like to be considered. I want to work this job. It'll help me with my experience, my career, or my financial goals. And so, please consider me.
Yeah, I think Frank, I think you remarked at the show that employee engagement was one of the big themes there at HR Tech, right? And yeah.
One of the other pillars that we had in the Todd development was, and from the very beginning, is we wanted to kill the resume. It's a terrible way of representing talent. And it used to take us at least a week to provide a high quality tailored resume to our clients for a project. Today, we do that in minutes. And in fact, what we provide today is really not a resume, but rather a profile, or what we like to often refer to as associate past performance, that focuses on the associate's relevant project experience and achievements in those projects. And profiles give us a way to objectively create each person's capability.
Yeah, you're right, Jacques. I think key was really, in addition to sharing all of our project opportunities, as you mentioned, right? We did a number of things that were very important at the very beginning of how we conceived Todd. To set the stage, it was we developed a very robust way to segment projects according to complexity and the impact of success or failure that the project would have on our client. And that really helped us kind of drive a consistent set of solutions, pricing, and also how we would assign our associates to those projects. And it gave us a way to calibrate where they were at and everyone's capability set. And I think that both the segmentation and the profiles enabled us to implement a pay-sell model, which is what's one of the important ways in which we, first of all, sell value to our clients, right? Yeah. And that's important. We've never had a discounting conversation since we introduced Todd, which is fantastic. And also how we pay people equitably. I think it was important that we released the book at HR Tech, because it was really about kind of a different way of managing people. I think the book was pretty popular. I think I signed a few books when I was there.
Yeah,
you
definitely did. And it's I think too, the things that we've done with Todd, the transparency we've created, not only we certainly have done that for our associates, we've also done that for our clients, and I think that's been huge as well, and why we've gotten so much engagement from clients in the platform. The ability to go in there and, no kidding, see a rate. There's for those of you who might not be in the Southern California area, there's a plumber that runs a commercial that says, they must have a rate. Everybody has a rate. And, I felt like they were talking about, the professional services industry. It takes 3 phone calls to get to the point where you can get a rate. And I think that's terrible. Clients should know what the rates are up front, be able to make choiceful decisions, and get the people that they really need to have. And, part of what that does, AJ, is it's really turned the discussion from, selling rates to selling value. And I think that's probably been one of the biggest things that Todd's allowed us to do, is focus on what's this person going to do, how are they going to deliver, how are they going to solve my problem, and not how much does it cost.
You're right. It allows us to focus on the important things, right? How we actually provide value to our clients. And I think, yeah, first of all, the book's an easy read. Really highly recommend that every one of our associates reads it. I think one of our associates actually very much mentioned that it should be mandatory reading, because it just really tells a bit of that, the story of SMA, where we came from, how we rethought what the firm ought to be, and particularly from a cultural perspective, and where we're headed. And so,
Absolutely. It also describes the other decisions we made as we developed Todd and transformed SMA. And every one of our associates, as you said, should read it. The book, as Dick, I think, pointed out, the book's on SharePoint, just like the other 4 books that we have. And, it's interesting that, you mentioned Drucker and also IMD have used our journey as a case study in their postgraduate, MBA courses. Because we, where we were to where we are today in terms of, transforming the business, creating transparency, leveraging technology. It's I guess we're the bar that others are going to be measured by.
Oh, well, that would be a great success for us, wouldn't it? Yeah,
it would be, for sure.
Yeah. And I think, it was interesting. I think at the HR Tech show, didn't we have a book publisher come by who expressed quite a bit of interest in our books? We've been self-publishing them so far.
Yeah, we sure did. And in fact, I think we sent him some additional copies of the books. And we really did have a lot of buzz around the books, the platform. Even we were in the video we were talking about Accenture. They were interested in our people.
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
yeah.
And how we could help them solve some of their problems.
Yeah, you're right. And the books were incredibly popular also at the show that we did at APMP in May at Denver. So
they were, in fact, AJ, we gave away 800 books at the show floor, and probably had orders for another 100 books. By the time when we got back, because we'd actually ran out. We took 800 books and we ran out when we got to in Dallas. And we've gotten, I'll tell you one thing about the books writ large is that we're getting a lot of people calling and saying, we'd like to talk to you more about this. We read the book and we'd like to understand how we could help implement this. We had 2 calls this week, one on capture and talking about how we could help them through, with their capture process as a result of somebody reading the book, and likewise on program architecture.
And we're hoping that the same will occur for Frank, who's focused on our commercial version of Todd, right? That people read the book and give us a call.
Absolutely right. I mean, that's why you wrote it, isn't it?
Well, I also just wanted to take the opportunity while it's still fresh in my mind to document kind of why and how, we got to where we are today. So indeed, though, it was.
Yeah. And, AJ, I think, it's important to recognize, Dick and Patricia and Tom, who worked, tirelessly behind the scenes on these books. It wasn't a small thing. We started in November last year with a meeting that says we're going to do this, and it was May when we released 4 books, and then turned right around and in August released, or early September, I guess, we released the 5th book.
Yeah, and then we also did an update on the essential principles of winning, and we've got, I think, 3 books right now in development. So this is all about us sharing our know-how with our clients and our people. We've realized over 40 years that, in fact, that was perhaps one of the things that we should have been doing from the very beginning of the firm.